Sometimes the most challenging aspect of life is recognizing that the only barrier between your current position and your desired destination is the choice to take action. It's not about luck, timing, or even talent. It's about you, in this moment, deciding that you deserve to pursue greater things. This isn't about waiting for the perfect moment to be handed to you by the world. The Stoics shared this belief as well. Epictetus taught that while we can't control external circumstances, we can control our reactions. Today, we're going to discuss one of the most powerful reactions you can muster, choosing right now to behave as if you are already at your peak. Because let's face it, we all encounter doubts. That small voice in your head saying you're not ready yet, or you're not good enough. But what if I told you that you don't need to wait until you feel prepared? The reality is, you become the best, not by waiting for ideal conditions, but by showing up with the belief that you already possess what it takes. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, would remind themselves daily to concentrate on what they could control and to act virtuously, regardless of the situation. It's about embracing the power you hold at this very moment, even if the road ahead seems unclear. So, in today's video, we're delving into the mindset that can dramatically alter how you tackle your goals, challenges, and daily life. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about stepping into your fullest potential. Stay tuned, because we're going to examine how acting as if you're the best isn't merely a shift in perspective, but the key to unlocking everything you've been working toward. If you value what we're doing here, a small favor I'll ask is for you to hit the subscribe button. It's free, and it greatly supports the channel. Let's begin. The power of choosing to be the best. The instant you decide to live up to your complete potential is the moment your life begins to transform. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity or hoping external conditions will get better. It's about making an internal choice, a choice to show up daily as the best version of yourself. This concept echoes the teachings of the Stoics, who believed our true strength lies in how we decide to face life. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that counts. The choice to be the best starts with that mindset. This mindset isn't about being flawless or superior to others. It's about setting a standard for yourself and committing to ongoing growth. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful emperors, constantly reminded himself to act with virtue, not for glory or acclaim, but because it was the right course of action. He believed every day offered a chance to strive for excellence, not in rivalry with others, but in competition with his own potential. When you choose to be the best, you're not claiming you'll never err or face difficulties. The Stoics were clear that life is filled with obstacles, but they also believe these obstacles shape us. By choosing to be the best, you opt to confront those challenges directly, using them as chances to grow stronger and wiser. This is where your life starts to shift. It's not about waiting for the ideal moment. It's about making the decision now, in this instant, to act with purpose and confidence. From this decision, everything else follows. You raise your standards, your actions align with your objectives, and you begin to move closer to the person you know you can become. That's the strength of deciding to be the best. Why it matters to act like you're the best. When I say act as if you are the best, I don't mean strutting around as if you're superior to everyone else. Quite the opposite. Acting like you're the best isn't about looking down on others or becoming conceited. It's about holding yourself to the highest possible standard and striving for excellence, not for external approval, but for your own development. So when I say act as if you're the best, I'm referring to adopting the mindset of someone who is already at the pinnacle of their field. Imagine you're a world-class athlete or a master artisan. Their confidence holds no arrogance. It's calm, assured, and built on a foundation of hard work, discipline, and constant self-improvement. Consider how Marcus Aurelius conducted himself as a leader. He didn't view himself as perfect or above others. He saw himself as a student of life, always working to improve and act with virtue. This is the kind of mindset we're aiming for. Acting like you're the best isn't about pretending to know everything or never making mistakes. It's about showing up with the belief that you are fully capable of handling whatever comes your way. This belief influences your actions. When you believe you're the best, you act accordingly. You carry yourself with confidence, and people take notice. The Stoics would remind us that this confidence isn't external, it's internal. It stems from knowing you're living in line with your values and doing your best in every situation. The key difference here is that arrogance seeks to elevate you over others, but acting like you're the best is about lifting yourself up to your own highest potential. It's about striving for excellence while remaining humble and grounded, just as the Stoics taught. You're not aiming for perfection, but for progress, always working on yourself, always learning, and always moving forward. What if I'm not the best? Some of you might be thinking, but I'm not the best. I'm nowhere near it. How can I act as if I am? And that's completely understandable. It's natural to feel like you're not at the top. But here's the thing. You don't have to be the best to act like the best. The beauty of this mindset is that it works even when you're not at the top. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean pretending or being delusional. It's about shifting your mindset to unlock your full potential. And that starts with how you see yourself. This aligns perfectly with Stoicism. The Stoics believe that we control our mindset and how we respond to life's challenges. So, even if you're not the best right now, you can still choose to carry yourself with confidence, discipline, and purpose. Traits that the best exemplify. When you act as if you're the best, something powerful starts to happen. You begin to believe it, and when you believe it, you start to become it. This isn't some magical thinking or false confidence. It's a proven psychological shift that affects your actions. The Stoics taught us that our beliefs shape our behaviors. And when we act as if we are capable and competent, we become more so. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy, a concept the Stoics were well aware of. Take a job interview, for example. If you walk in nervous, doubting yourself and thinking you're not good enough, you're likely to perform poorly. But if you walk in with the mindset that you are the best candidate for the job, carrying yourself with confidence, speaking clearly about your skills and believing in your value, that changes everything. Even if you don't get the job, that shift in mindset prepares you for the next opportunity. You've practiced confidence and built resilience, which will benefit you moving forward. So when you say to yourself, "I'm not the best," the Stoics would remind you that's not the point. The point is to act as if you are. By doing so, you elevate yourself. You align your actions with the person you want to become. The goal isn't to be perfect, but to continuously strive for excellence, always improving, just as Stoic philosophy teaches us. Continuous growth, the Stoic path to mastery. The Stoics believed in the importance of continuous growth, and that's precisely what this mindset is all about. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean you think you've reached perfection or that you can stop improving. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about committing to a life of constant learning, discipline, and refinement. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This means that no matter how good you become, there's always room for growth. The best people in any field, whether it's a skilled athlete, a successful business person, or a wise philosopher, never stop improving. They remain students of life. When you act as if you're the best, you're committing to this same process of mastery. You're saying, "I'm going to carry myself like the best, and I'm going to put in the work to become the best." This mindset is rooted in humility, not arrogance. The Stoics valued humility deeply. Marcus Aurelius, despite being one of the most powerful men in the world, constantly reminded himself to stay grounded and continue improving. He didn't see his position as the end of the road, but as a responsibility to strive for personal excellence every day. When you adopt this mindset, you're doing the same. You're striving to be better today than you were yesterday, knowing that growth is a lifelong pursuit. Acting as if you're the best means raising your own standards. It means taking responsibility for your personal development in every area of life. In your relationships, for example, it's about asking yourself, what would the best version of me do? How would the best partner, the best friend, or the best parent behave? It's not about pretending to be perfect, but about continuously working to improve and show up as the best version of yourself. In your health, it means acting as if you're in the best shape of your life. How would you treat your body if you believed you were capable of achieving peak health? What choices would you make in terms of your diet, exercise, and habits? The Stoic path is one of self-discipline and making intentional choices that lead to long-term well-being. Practice makes reality. When you hear the phrase, act as if you're the best, it might feel like pretending at first, and maybe in a sense it is. But here's the truth. What you consistently practice becomes your reality. The Stoics understood this well. Seneca famously said, "We become what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This means that the more you practice something, whether it's confidence, discipline, or resilience, the more it becomes part of who you are. Let's break this down. When you start acting as if you're the best, it might feel unnatural. You might think, who am I to carry myself with such confidence? But the beauty of human nature is that we are incredibly adaptable. The Stoics believe that we are shaped by our thoughts and actions. If you consistently act with confidence, you start to feel more confident. If you make disciplined choices in your life over time, you become more disciplined. It's not about faking it forever. It's about practicing the qualities you want to embody until they become second nature. Think of it like building a muscle. At first, lifting weights feels hard, even uncomfortable. But as you keep practicing, your strength grows. Acting as if you're the best works the same way. Each time you practice it, you reinforce that mindset. And eventually, it becomes less of an act and more of a habit. The Stoics understood this process. Epictetus often reminded his students that we have control over how we respond to the world. By practicing virtuous actions, we align our inner selves with the kind of person we want to become. Let's say you want to become more confident in social situations. At first, you might feel awkward, like you're putting on a show, but the more you practice standing tall, speaking clearly, and engaging with others, the more you begin to feel that confidence. Eventually, it stops feeling like an act, and you realize that you've actually become more comfortable in these situations. The same goes for any area of life. If you practice making healthy choices, over time, you become someone who naturally lives a healthier lifestyle. If you practice managing your finances well, you eventually become someone who is financially secure. The Stoic idea of practicing virtue teaches us that we don't have to wait for change to happen. We can create it through our daily actions. The key is consistency. It's not about doing it once and expecting a transformation. It's about showing up every day and practicing the qualities that align with your highest potential. Over time, what started as practice becomes your reality. You become the best version of yourself by repeatedly acting like it. As the Stoics taught, your actions shape your character, and your character shapes your life. So keep practicing, because your reality is being built by what you do each day. Facing weakness, embracing your shortcomings. When we talk about acting as if you're the best, it's easy to think it means ignoring your flaws or pretending they don't exist. But in reality, it's the opposite. Acting like you're the best means having the courage to face your weaknesses head on and use them as opportunities for growth. The Stoics were masters at this. They taught that self-awareness and honest reflection are essential for improvement. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Part of that power is understanding where we fall short, not to feel ashamed, but to learn and grow. The best people in any field aren't those who believe they're flawless. They are the ones who understand their shortcomings better than anyone else. But they don't let those shortcomings define them. Instead, they use them as motivation to keep improving. The Stoics believed in embracing challenges and discomfort as part of life's natural course. Epictetus reminded us that the path to mastery requires us to face obstacles with resilience. When we see our weaknesses clearly, we can approach them with a mindset of progress. Think about it this way. If you ignore your weaknesses, they don't go away. In fact, they tend to grow bigger and more disruptive over time. But if you acknowledge them and take steps to improve, you become stronger. The Stoics didn't see weakness as failure. They saw it as an opportunity to practice arete, which means striving for excellence. When you face your weaknesses, you're giving yourself the chance to become better, more disciplined, and more capable. This process requires humility. Acting like you're the best doesn't mean you think you're perfect. It means you're committed to continuous growth. You can be confident in your strengths while being fully aware of where you need to improve. The Stoics, especially Seneca, often wrote about the importance of learning from every experience, even failures. In fact, Seneca believed that failure and setbacks are often our greatest teachers. They reveal where we need to grow and push us to develop the skills or mindset we might lack. The key is to see your weaknesses not as something to be ashamed of, but as a natural part of your development. By facing them with honesty and a desire to improve, you take control of your growth. This is where true strength lies, in the ability to confront what's holding you back and working to overcome it. The Stoic approach is to view life's challenges, including your shortcomings, as fuel for becoming a better, more resilient person, elevating those around you. When you act as if you're the best, it's not just about improving your own life. It's about raising the bar for everyone around you. The Stoics believed in the concept of sympathia, the idea that we are all connected and our actions impact the whole. When you strive for excellence, you inspire others to do the same. Your confidence, discipline, and commitment to growth naturally elevate the people you interact with, whether it's in your family, your friendships, or your workplace. Think about how it feels to be around someone who carries themselves with purpose and clarity. Their energy is contagious. They don't need to say it, but their actions, their presence, show others what's possible. This is how you can influence others, by leading by example. When you act as if you're the best, you become a source of inspiration for those who might be struggling with self-doubt or uncertainty. You show them that it's possible to rise above challenges by adopting the right mindset and staying focused on what truly matters. The Stoics were not concerned with competition in the way we often think of it today. They believed in helping others achieve virtue and wisdom. When you raise your standards and strive for excellence, you're not just lifting yourself. You're creating an environment where those around you feel encouraged to rise with you. Acting as if you're the best means embodying qualities that others respect and want to emulate. By doing this, you not only improve your own life, but also contribute to the growth and success of the people in your circle. It's a ripple effect of positive change, just as the Stoics would have intended. The Stoic way to handle failure. Failure is something we all face, and the Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that failure is not something to be feared, but rather an inevitable part of life's journey. Marcus Aurelius famously said, in other words, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the path toward it. When you act as if you're the best, it doesn't mean you believe you'll never fail. It means you approach failure with resilience, knowing that every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control. You can't always control the outcome, but you can control how you respond to failure. Instead of seeing failure as a personal defeat, see it as feedback, a lesson on what didn't work and how you can improve. Epictetus reminded his students that we should accept failure as part of life and use it to build our character. Failure isn't a reason to give up, but a reason to keep going with more knowledge and experience. When you face failure with the Stoic mindset, you stop seeing it as something to avoid. Instead, you embrace it as a chance to practice perseverance and adaptability. The best people in any field, whether in business, sports, or philosophy, aren't those who never fail, but those who know how to bounce back stronger each time. As the Stoics taught, our true strength comes from how we rise after we fall. So the next time you fail, remember that it's not the end of the story. It's a crucial step on your journey to greatness. A daily practice. Acting as if you're the best isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily practice. The Stoics believed in the importance of consistent, deliberate action. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, urged himself to approach each day with purpose and intention. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." And this practice of showing up every day with a commitment to excellence is how you move closer to becoming the best version of yourself. The beauty of this mindset is that you don't need to wait until you feel ready. The Stoics knew that waiting for the perfect moment often leads to inaction. Instead, they taught us to start where we are with what we have. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. By acting as if you're the best each day, you're practicing the qualities that will eventually define you. Over time, what started as a conscious effort becomes part of your character. Remember, this isn't about arrogance or pretending to be something you're not. It's about aligning your actions with your potential and striving for excellence in everything you do. Whether it's in your work, your relationships, or your personal growth, acting as if you're the best helps you raise your own standards and live with purpose. As the Stoics taught, we control our actions, and through our actions, we shape our lives. So make this mindset a daily practice. Every morning, ask yourself, how would the best version of me approach this day? With that question guiding you, you'll find yourself consistently moving toward the life you're capable of living, one action at a time. Thank you for being a part of Stoic Marcus. And if you want to continue this journey of growth and resilience, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen. Stay strong, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.